What's up, y'all? It's your girl Chanel from Complex Simplicity. Happy Friday. Please don't mind me. I had a little nice little glass of my Merlot. It's a Friday. I'm unwinding. The tongue is all red. But anyway, I wanted to come on. It's been a few days and talk about a topic that has come up a lot this week. I actually posted about it on my Instagram page for my website, and that is support. Now, I've tackled this topic before on the website maybe a year ago, but I know that there are new people that are coming to know about Complex Simplicity and may not quite have my perspective on this topic. They may not know that this is a topic that is very passionate for me, because I feel that I am someone who is uber supportive of all of my loved ones and don't really get that support back, right? Which is a sucky feeling to have. So my mom is like very creative, uber creative, right? She sings, writes books, has albums out, singing albums, as well as is now a bona fide artist, meaning she gets her paint on, right? Paints portraits. So in the span of a few months, my mom has had a couple of gallery openings, had opportunities to show her art in different gallery venues, right? She's a part of an art group, and the beauty of this group is that they, find different opportunities and platforms for the members of the art group to showcase their art, which I think is dope, right? So my mom has a really natural knack for this, and she's very disciplined and diligent. My mom paints every day, at least 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. This is how serious she is. And so for those that are on my social media, my personal social media, I'm always, doing my little posts about this running journey that I'm on a journey to run 10 miles. I'm at the point of probably running 6 miles, maybe 7 at this point. And so I'm always talking about how it calls for discipline, it calls for tenacity, just to have the balls to not give up and just keep going. I think I get a lot of that part of my personality from my mom and my dad in some right. My dad's like the scholar kind of guy, who would do what he had to do academically, getting degrees. And then my mom is the very artistic type who will be balls to the wall, going for whatever her dreams are, trying new things, and really having the gall to showcase her artistry, right? Whether it's by way of singing, by way of writing books, by way of painting. So yesterday we were at another one of these kind of gallery showcases, and my husband went, which was great. My dad was there. Some of my other family members were there because I had a cousin who actually was showcasing his photography, which is also under the umbrella of art. And I did a post about when I was getting ready to, I was at my parents' house after work yesterday, and my husband and I drove my mom over to, the actual gallery showcase. And, so while I'm waiting for her to finish getting spruced up and her finished touches and getting herself together, I'm always snapping pictures at my parents' house, selfies, because they have amazing lighting and their walls are like bright yellow. So the lighting is like, whew, right? So you get you a real good selfie over there. So I'm always snapping away, right? Having my narcissistic moments, right? And so, I don't know. It started off with me saying, shouting out my mom and how we're about to go support her and at this art gallery showcasing. And then it just went on to me talking about support and being like, I come from a supportive family. That's why it's part of my love language. And at the end of the day, my PSA for the day is this, support your friends, your family, your loved ones, especially the ones that support you, and how selfish, disappointing, and corny it is when you have people out there supporting you, but you don't never really support them. Like, that is whack to me. Like, one of the wackest things you can do. For those who are my friends out there, not trying to be passive aggressive or anything, I've probably had this conversation with you all in one capacity or another, but if I definitely felt unsupported, I'm pretty sure I shared how I really detest that. Like, I think that that's real corny, because my love language is to be uber supportive, right? And so regardless of the fact, if you got people riding out and going hard for you for the things that you do, you know, whether it's your career ventures, whether it's, you know, supporting different events you may have around your children, whether it's, I don't know, coming through to anything that you have, or being that supportive, emotionally supportive friend, family member that you can talk to, that is going to be here and be a listening ear, whatever it is, please reciprocate the support that you receive, right? I just have a hard time understanding, why is it okay for some of us to get all the love and support from people, but don't never give it back, or at least to the magnitude of how we receive it, you know? I think that is so whack. And so anytime that I can support my mom, I was telling my husband yesterday, anytime I can support my family, my parents who have sacrificed everything for my brother and I'm there. I don't care what's on the agenda. If I gotta be there to support my mom and my dad, I'm gonna be there with bells on, not even batting an eyelash twice to think about how can I fit this in and that in. No, I'm gonna be there to support, you know, my family, my parents who did everything to support me, you know. That just goes without saying. My husband, I'm gonna ride out with him because he rides out with me. We're a team. This is what we do, you know. And I'm that even same way with my friends, the few people who I do consider to be friends. You know, I try to be as supportive as I would want. The unfortunate side of that is most times I'm giving out more support, I feel, in my mind, my perspective, than I'm receiving. And I understand that we all have different definitions of support, right? And so, you know, some may say, no, I do support you. Every time you have something at your house, I come. Or, no, I do support you because, you know, you can always call me, or, you know, I'm always there for you. But my thing is also active support, right? And I think that definition kind of can change in different stages and phases of our lives, right? So yes, when I was in my 20s, if you came, and I think I said this on the audio recording before on the website, if you came to my party that I had, to me, that was like uber support, right? I'm in my 20s. As a 34-year-old woman who's married, who got real bills out here, it's not just, you know, I probably don't care as much if you can't make it to all of the shindigs that my husband and I have. But my thing is, if you know I'm trying to build something that's positive, if you know that it's special occasions, come through, be supportive, buy a shirt, shout your girl out on your social media, tell the people who follow you to check out Complex Simplicity. Like, to me, that is active support, right? And I'm more so talking as it pertains to this website, because this is the venture that I've been working on for almost a year and a half at this point. And this is something that can actually, if it's done correctly, help to put food on this table. You know what I'm saying? Like, materialize into a coin. And I'm the type, like I said, it don't matter what you do. I will try my best to be there to support. If I have to buy a ticket to see you in a show, if I have to, I don't know, buy a candle from you because you sell candles, if I have to, I don't know, whatever it is. If I'm going to all the many different celebrations or celebratory moments you have for yourself and your children, I'm there. I try my best to be there. A lot of my friends could probably count how many times I'm not there. I'm pretty much there, right? And so I know what it feels like to be like, damn, can't nobody buy a t-shirt? Or like, damn, you know, like, I can't get a shout out on social media. We could post and talk about everything else, you know? And so that's something that I've been dealing with for the past year, particularly. And so that's why I'm so passionate about this whole topic of being supportive. To me, it goes hand in hand with being loyal. Very, very, very important. And I guess at this stage of my life, it's more important than you coming over to my house for a party. You know what I'm saying? It's more of really seeing, at the end of the day, who is going to ride out with me and really, really have my back and really help to want me to build, support the struggle of building, You know what I'm saying? Don't come around when the blessings start pouring in from all the struggle. You know, be there during the struggle to be like, I got you, girl. I'm here. What you need me to do? You know what I'm saying? You want to interview me? What you need? You know, I'm here. That's my thing. You need me to take a picture in one of your t-shirts and post it? I'll do that. Whatever it is, like, I feel, let's be good to one another where it really counts, y'all. Get to know the people in your lives and what their love languages are, how they express their love, you know. But at the same time, I think there are just certain core ingredients we all really should have, you know, as it pertains to just being loyal, being supportive, being happy for one another, regardless of what's going on in our lives. Like, being there to help each other build. When one of us wins, we all win. Like, I don't, especially as women of color, I don't get what we don't understand about that, you know? Let's stop being threatened by one another. Let's stop being jealous. Let's stop being petty. Let's really work together. We can accomplish way more together than separately. And those are kind of the thoughts that have been on my dome all week. But it was so dope to see my mom, you know, getting her art out there and people really enjoying it, and, you know, just her just doing her. Like, it's so inspiring. I love that about my mom. You know, she always taught me, you do you, regardless of whether you got people riding with you or not. You set something out to do for yourself, you do it. You see that goal through. Funny, my mom and I, when I got married 3 years ago, we had such an amazing time. I probably shared this before on a vlog or audio recording, but we had such an amazing time planning my wedding. She was my wedding planner, you know. It was such a seamless process. I really have a hard time understanding when brides-to-be are so stressed out and hate the process of planning their wedding and just want it to be over. I had so much fun. I was sad when the process was over. My mom and I, we just bonded. I never thought we could get any closer than we were, but we did, and had an amazing time planning this wedding, regardless of other stuff I was going through with bridesmaids or soon-to-be in-laws or whoever it was. I had an amazing time. When I think about the journey to my wedding, I literally think about planning it with my mom. And so we loved this so much that we decided to write a book, a how-to book, all the things that people didn't tell us that we learned along the way. Let me tell you something. We wrote a book. We had some hard copies, which were like $10, $7. We had ebook copies that were $2.99, dirt cheap. And to me, regardless of whether you were planning on planning a wedding, regardless of whether you were engaged or not, that didn't even know who the man is that you're supposed to spend your life with, or who your woman is, whatever. If we're peoples, if we're friends, if we're cool, if we're family, buy the damn book. Not one person that I'm aware of that was in my life bought the book. Maybe one person I went to elementary school with years ago hit me up and bought the book because him and his wife were about to get married. Not one person that I was connected to at that time, and even till this day, as far as what I know, has bought the book. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. The ebook was $2.99, y'all. $2.99. We spend $2.99 on frivolous things, right? On a candy bar, on little anything, something to drink. Damn near these days, you get you a good bottle of water, it's almost $3, right? Nobody got the book. So this is why I'm so passionate about this topic, right? Everybody was aware. Everybody that knows me, that's connected to me, they were aware that my mom and I did this book. Hell, people in my wedding were aware that my mom and I wrote this book. And we get more support. The book is still selling like crazy from strangers, people we don't know, which is great, right? But the people that we do know, nobody really supported it. And was like, I'm gonna get this book. I don't even know if I'm ever gonna get married, but I'm gonna support my girl and buy this book because I think this is dope. Like, I could learn something from it, or I can gift it to someone else who was on the track to being married, or whatever it may have you. And so I say all that to say, let's support each other, y'all. Let's stop claiming to be this connected, this close, this tight, best friend, this friend, whatever, family, this, that. But where it really counts, we're not there. We fall short. Let's put our money where our mouth is and let's support one another. I don't know how many times I will address this. Get used to it. It'll probably be another 2 more times next year. Because I feel like it's something I still see, not just with me, but even with other people. And it's like, dang, you be going hard for this person. And they couldn't come through for you? Not once? Like, is it jealousy? Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Are there underlying issues there? You know? And so at this stage in my life, I'm really, really understanding more and more what I need from those around me, right? And what I'm willing to give. Like I say, I don't ask for anything that I'm not willing to give or don't already give, right? And so let's just be more supportive of each other. Let's be happy for each other, even in the midst of our mess and the tumultuous things we can go through, because that's life. Let's learn how to still celebrate in other people's happiness, even if we don't believe that the happiness that they have is going to last a test of time, or if their circumstances change, even if we don't believe that it's going to be this way moving forward. If they're happy, our loved one is happy, celebrate in their happiness. If you like it, I love it. Love is love. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I'm learning, I don't give unsolicited advice, or I try my best not to, right? Because for those who really want to know my perspective on a bunch of topics, come to this website. You'll hear me talk my ish all day, every day, right? But this is real life, but like in the relationships of people that I'm connected to, regardless of what you're going through, I'm going to try my best not to just throw in my 1-2 unless you ask for it, right? And I'm going to try my best to mind my damn business when it comes to like deep and close and personal areas of our lives, like how we raise our children, like our spirituality, like our relationships and marriages. Like, that really isn't my business. And I'm learning more and more, because it's easy for me to analyze, to assess, you know, to engage in conversations with others from an analytical perspective. But at the end of the day, that ain't my business unless you make it my business and unless you ask for my perspective. And I'm trying harder, even going into 2018, to 1, not give unsolicited advice, and to 2, mind my damn business unless you want me to know something. And 3, to refrain from engaging in certain conversations with others about how people choose to raise their kids, about people's spirituality, about people's marriages and relationships. Certain topics I think are real sensitive and don't necessarily require Chanel's perspective, especially if it's being talked about to other people, so to speak, or in a group setting. It's not my place or my business. I'm not going to dig deep when it comes to those areas unless that person asks for my honest opinion and perspective. I think these days we all, and I'm included, are way too comfortable with commenting on everybody's life and how people are choosing to live their lives. You like it, I love it. And let me try to be able to celebrate in your happiness, regardless of whether I believe that your circumstances have truly changed. If you're happy, guess what? I should be happy for you. And I'm more of a person that's not a misery loves company. I actually think I enjoy my life and think that I have a pretty good life, thanks be to God, you know. But I naturally am an analyzer, an assessor, and a protector. I'm very protective, I'm realizing as I'm getting older. And so for me, if I'm kind of speculating like, I don't know about this, I don't think this person should be too excited and yay, it's not because I don't want them to be happy. It just may be the protector in me, right? However, that's not my place. If I love you and you're happy, whether your happiness lasts for 2 seconds or a lifetime, I will celebrate in your happiness with you. May we all be encouraged to do that. Sometimes I feel like a lot of us don't realize when we actually are miserable or that we are miserable. I think if we find ourselves tearing people down too much or denouncing people's positive growth or different things that might have happened in their lives, that in a lot of ways is a reflection of how we feel about our own lives, right? Maybe we're not at a place where we can buy into your happiness or be happy for you because we're not happy with our own lives. And I really want to steer clear of that kind of stuff, you know. Regardless of what we're going through, let's really try to be emotionally mature enough to be happy for others, to mind our damn business, work on what we need to work on in here and figure that stuff out in here, right? And, you know, at the end of the day, you like it, I love it, unless you ask my honest opinion. You know, let me not be out here giving you, I'm sorry, my shirt just keeps twisting, giving you all of this unsolicited advice that can either wreck the friendship or maybe just show that I'm really not that happy for you because I want you to be miserable like me. You know, not cool, not cool, not cool. You know, I don't know, y'all. Let's support each other. Let's be real men and women to each other, friends, loved ones, family members. Put your money where your mouth is and support folks. Actively support, even if it doesn't require money being spent. Actively go to that event and support that person. You know, treat people how you would want to be treated. Support people how you would want to be, even you would want to be supported. Enough with this selfishness. That joint is so corny, it's whack. It's like, get out of here. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I've literally stopped dealing with people because of stuff like this. You know, selfishness, I ain't with that. I'm not with that at all. Not a good trait. So be encouraged. I challenge us all, including myself. As I always say, what I'm willing to say to you out there, please believe I done said it 10 times over to me. I'm about, you know, being a part of the conversation. And so I hope you have an amazing weekend. For those who are in the tri-state area, it is cold out here, like 28 degrees. Bundle up. It's going to be cold again tomorrow. Have a great, amazing weekend. Continue to rock with your girl by heading to ComplexSimplicity.com. And until next time.